Daniel Levy has stepped down as the chairman / owner of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club after 25 years. Now, this is big news in the world of football, as, you know, I think the Tottenham fans have been wanting this to happen for a long time. As much as he is a great businessman, great businessman, he has actually done a lot for this football club. Funded the project of the obviously state-of-the-art, new, recently built £1 billion stadium that does in fact hold, I think it's the largest capacity in the Premier League, 62,850, compared to their old stadium, White Hart Lane, which held 36,284 capacity. So it's a big difference. Obviously, new state-of-the-art training facilities that cost up to £50 million. So, he has, brought new things to the football club, built probably the best stadium in English football by far, the most expensive one, and it has to be the best stadium in English football. It holds the most people, and it's got a big capacity, but compared to the results that Tottenham have been getting over the past few years, not great. Some of the signings that this club has made over the years as well, not great either. The last time they won a league title was in fact 1961. The last time they won a League Cup was 2008. And the last time they won an FA Cup was 1991. The last European trophy win for them was obviously very recently in 2025. Daniel Levy actually took over from Alan Sugar, who's obviously on the, I think it's BBC, Apprentice. He took over from Alan Sugar, as I only recently found that out as recently today, this afternoon, not even this afternoon, probably about an hour ago. Daniel Levy did take over from Alan Sugar in 2001 as the Tottenham Hotspur owner. Now, obviously, with Daniel Levy now stepping down as the Tottenham Hotspur chairman, who is going to come in? Is Saudi's going to come in? How is this going to impact the club? Obviously, it won't happen immediately, I don't think. I don't think he's leaving with immediate effect. But they do need to find, is he the chairman or the owner? I think he's the owner. So, there's that getting the right price to sell up. I think it will take a long time for Tottenham to find new owners. Obviously, there's been recent times where I think Manchester United, the Glazers, were going to sell up at one point, and that obviously never happened. That I think the Saudis back then were going to take over Manchester United, and that never happened. That did never happen. Obviously, more recently, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos have taken part ownership of Manchester United with the Glazers, which obviously hasn't gone to plan. I don't know what's going to happen with Tottenham. I don't know when they're going to find their new owners. I think... Oh, that one meant to happen. I think FSG were going to sell up at one point over the last 5 years. I remember Elon Musk, as recently as 4 or 5 months, wanted to buy Liverpool. Glad that didn't happen. But I think FSG were going to sell up, and that didn't happen. So... it all depends, but it's 25 years that Daniel Levy has been there. They've they've not added much silverware to the trophy cabinet in the last 25 years that Daniel Levy has been at the football club. There hasn't been much glory in this team for the time that Daniel Levy has been there. I don't think Tottenham have been in the top four since like the 21-22 season. So, it's I think they were actually the first Premier League team to be in the Conference League, the UEFA Conference League. I'm not talking about the conferences in the National League, but that don't let the fact that they won a Europa League title last season sugarcoat the fact that they probably had, well, not probably, there's no probably about it, they had their worst season in Premier League football ever. They finished 16th or 17th. I think it was 17th. They finished 17th. That is a season that all Tottenham Hotspur fans will want to forget. One of their worst seasons, if not their worst season in English football. I can't think of any recent times that they've done as bad as that. They nearly won the Premier League as recent as obviously 2015, 2016, where Leicester made the obviously historic triumph. They finished third in a two-horse race with Chelsea and Leicester. Was it Chelsea and Leicester? I think I've got that correct. They finished third in a two-horse race. Like that's only Tottenham do that. Obviously, recently lost the Super Cup final to PSG. So the results over the past 25 years haven't been great. They've had some fantastic players coming over the years. Obviously, Harry Kane being one of the most recent ones. Heung-min Son. Obviously, they've got a new squad that's looking really good at the minute under Thomas Frank. They've just signed Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig. In my opinion, they've had a really good window. They've signed Mohamed Kudus. They've just signed Randall Kolo Muani from Juventus. And I think it's on a loan deal. So whether they do choose to, I don't know if there's an obligation to buy in that deal. But if there is, whether they do obligate to buy, then, whether they do buy Kolo Muani on a permanent transfer, I don't know. It depends how good he is. Matis Tel hasn't lived up to the hype. Obviously, Timo Werner has been a disaster. Kulusevski, one of their most recent signings under Daniel Levy, has been fantastic. Brennan Johnson, you could add to the long list of players who have been a great signing under Daniel Levy, and I think also Giuseppe Vicario has been a great signing as well for Spurs. Obviously, you've got Jed Spence, who is now starting to become one of the best players in the Premier League, and I do think that they will have more signings that are going to become part of what looks like a really good Tottenham Hotspur squad. Obviously, Ange Postecoglou led them to one of their worst Premier League seasons. It's their worst Premier League season of all time, and they still managed to get European silverware. Saying still managed like they do it every year, they still managed to get European silverware after such a bad Premier League season. They were knocked out of the FA Cup early doors. They actually, I remember them beating City in late October in the Carabao Cup. I do forget how far they went in that competition, though. They got to the semi-finals. Yeah, they did. Semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, where they nearly got through, barring a 4-1 loss to Liverpool away. But yeah, some of the results under Daniel Levy haven't been great over the years. Obviously, some of the signings have been a bit hit and miss. But, Spurs, if they get good owners, might start to become, a club that win trophies. Their trophy cabinet's going to need a dusting around a bit and a tidy about. It's going to need all hoovering, vacuum cleaning and, dusting around the edges, because there's been nothing in that trophy cabinet for a long time. Obviously, recently won the Europa League, which has been their best achievement in 16 years. It's been 17 years now since they won a League Cup. It's been, it's been what we're talking about. So, 2000, that was 25 years ago. 2000, so 1990 was 26 years ago. So it's been 27 years since they won an FA Cup. So, yeah, it's been even longer. It's been over 70 years since they won a league title. Spurs' last league title win was over 70 years ago. I can definitely see them creeping into top 6 this season. With Xavi Simons, he looks really good, but there's that history of players coming. There's been a few players come to the Premier League who just have stunk the gaff up. Most recently, Timo Werner, in my opinion. Obviously, Kai Havertz has been a bit average. His time at Arsenal hasn't been so bad, but he's an average player at best. Obviously, Benjamin Sesko hasn't started well at Manchester United. So there's that history. Obviously, Erling Haaland, he's an exception because he's done fabulously at Manchester City. He's not real. He's not real. But we'll have to see if Xavi Simons does live up to what could be a great Tottenham Hotspur career. So, as I was saying before the camera cut, let's see if Xavi Limons... I've said it again. How have I said Xavi Limons again? Let's see if Xavi Simons can live up to what could be a great Tottenham Hotspur career. There's obviously that list of stars that have come from the Bundesliga who haven't set the world alight in the Premier League. Obviously, I think Tottenham have got a really, really good, decent squad. James Maddison's going to be out with an injury, though. That I don't know. That could give them a bit of weakness. I think it might do. They've got a young rising star in Pat Matasar as well. He looks really good. I think he's only 21 years of age, 21, 22 years of age. So I think he's going to turn into a great player. And he already is a great player, in my opinion. He had a great game against Man City when they did beat Man City 2-0 at the Etihad the other week. I didn't watch the Bournemouth game, but they did lose, and I hear that they didn't play great in that game. But as Thomas Frank did say, which was probably their signing of the summer, as people have been saying, they're going to lose football matches. And quote Thomas Frank, I haven't seen a team who aren't losing any football matches. So they are going to lose games. And yes, it is so Spursy to start the season, 2 games unbeaten, and then lose your third game. It's such a Spursy thing to do. To go 2 games unbeaten, and then drop 3 points to Bournemouth. It is such a Spursy thing to do. But yeah, we will definitely see if some of their new signings do live up to the hype. I don't think I've missed any signings out. Kudus, Simons, Eze didn't sign for him, did he? Kudus, Simons, Kolo Muani, I think that's it. Please do drop it in the comments if I have missed any out. I'm going to kick myself because I'm sure there's one more, but I'm going to kick myself. I will probably search it up after this video. But yeah, as always, Daniel Levy, it's big news. The owners of Tottenham Hotspur are leaving, and it's been 25 years. Can the new owners turn this club into to a title and trophy winning club. Let's see if the new owners can do that. Obviously, I think it will be quite a long time yet until they do find new ownership for Tottenham. But let's see what happens. Daniel Levy has left Tottenham, has stepped down from being Tottenham Hotspur chairman after 25 years. If you enjoyed, that is a big news in this, what's been a very boring international break. When is it not a boring international break? Honestly, 3 weeks into the season, I was enjoying it. And then, bang, international break hits. But yeah, it always comes at the best time, doesn't it? Pause. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and I will see you lovely lot in the next one. We are live this weekend for England versus Andorra because there's literally no other football on. So yeah, as always, if you enjoyed the video, see you lovely lot in the next one. Please take care of your beautiful selves, and peace out.